focusing on sales growth versus efficiency, and which one do you focus on within your brand if you have a concept or a building that's struggling? And initially, a lot of people would say both, right? That sounds like an obvious answer. But the reason why I'm talking about this video is because recently I had someone contact me about their brand, and we had had a few conversations as to areas of opportunity for that brand. Kept it very vague, but I saw lots of glaring issues. So this was a an owner who came from a white collar background, was very successful in that, and was transitioning due to several areas focuses to blue collar working for themselves in the restaurant industry. And so they were approaching things very much as a office or a corporation would approach things, um, and was overlooking tons of just basic things that you would know have you been immersed in the brand for a long time. So I tried to give some guidance as much as I could without putting myself too far out there, without some kind of contract for compensation. Eventually, they pulled away simply to save money. And then once they lost enough clients and sales and money, they reached out to me. So, but their focus was purely on how can I help them build sales? How can I help them grow sales? How can I help them get more clients? And so that helped me to see where their mind was, or where their approach was skewed as to what they should be focusing on. Because for every, you know, let's say you go out and you can get a sale for $10. If I can save you that $10 currently, as if I can find that $10 for you, for every $10 that I save you, straight, straight cost, it's like you actually made 20 because of the obviously cost involved in operating your business. So my focus is not usually primarily on building sales, because before I want to build sales or to reach out to clients or build clientele, I want to make sure that for every guest or person that we capture, we can maintain them. So if you're losing clientele, if you're losing guests, customers, why? Why aren't you maintaining them? What is the reason for not maintaining them? Um, so that's my initial focus. And looking at the company as a whole, there's typically lots of things from uh, menu development throughout purchasing, um, where you're purchasing from, who you're purchasing from, the consistency of the ingredients that you're using, how are you tracking it, who's preparing it, same people preparing it, different people preparing it, are you checking it, is your consistency there? There's so many different little variables when it comes to the arts. People don't understand that when we talk about the arts, culinary is an art. And it's not like a paper business or a computer business where things come out generally the same every single time. You get it from a manufacturer, you mark it up, you package it, you sell it. A lot of the variables there are set. Whereas in the arts, it's totally the opposite. Every little detail is different. In most manufacturers, the computer chip that you're getting is the same computer chip, manufactured the same way. The type of paper, you know what paper, once you get that paper coming in, let's say you're doing some kind of graphics or ink, once you have it set, it's set. If you were to take that same situation and put it to the arts, that ink that comes from you is coming from Mother Nature. So every time you get that vial of ink, that one vial of ink, you have to check it, because Mother Nature does not send you the same exact thing every single time. It's not the same exact fruit. It's not the same exact sauce. It's not the same, even if you're purchasing it, because Mother Nature throughout the seasons, and I use the term Mother Nature loosely, but you understand what I'm saying. Um, Things change, and so you have to be on top of that, price wise, quality wise, texture wise. um, you have to really have your finger on the pulse of your business. because cents can quickly turn into dollars. And worst off is that when your guests get inconsistent product, that's the fastest way that you're going to lose return guests, is being inconsistent. And if you think about yourself, when you go to, let's say you go to Starbucks or you go to whatever restaurant, let's say Starbucks, right? Start at Starbucks, because people can identify with that. Let's say you get your coffee. Picture the coffee that you get right now, you've gotten, that you liked. Um, if you went the first time and you had that cup of coffee, and then you went the second time and it was just a little bit sweeter, with the third time it was a little bit saltier, with the last time it just wasn't sweet at all. That's the whole point of Starbucks, is that when you go in there, you can order your tall soy milk, capo, whatever, froth, whatever. You can say it out and you know it's going to come out the exact same way every time. 2 pumps, right? But what if you went in there every single time you said the exact same thing, but you could not get the exact same flavor? Even though you liked the quality, you liked it initially, you would stop simply because it would frustrate you, the fact that it's never the same. The consistency is what makes you go back, because you know what you're getting, you're willing to pay for it, grab it, and often not even taste it till you're in your car driving off, because you're that confident. So when dealing with brands and structures, before you go out to get sales, before you go out to capture new guests, really focus on foundational structures. Your purchasing, your receiving, your quality. Go through every single menu item, go through every single ingredient, touch and taste every plate, and make sure you're absolutely happy and that you can reproduce that throughout, say, 30 days. Give yourself 30 days. See, can you reproduce that flavor? Do spot checks, come in on your day off, and taste the stuff. Order it yourself as a client, and don't tell people that you're ordering it. Is it consistent? Is it what you planned on it be? And if you can make sure that all those processes are going through, you're not wasting, you're not losing money anywhere throughout those processes. And you can contact me below with questions as to other ways you can lose money in this process, because there's tons. And I'll put more videos about this later on. But if you can go throughout all of that, and you feel confident that those things are structured and sound, then should you be going out and investing in marketing and sales and all those other avenues to draw people into your restaurant. Because there's nothing worse than drawing new guests into your restaurant to only give them the same poor experience that made your old guests not come back in the first place. This is a restaurant director. Hopefully you enjoy this. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe. I'm going to be continuing doing things like this as I move forward. And if you have questions, maybe with your own brand going through this COVID-19 situation, ask them inside of here, and I'll, especially since no one's responding right now, I'll make sure I respond to your questions right away. All right. I love you guys. Take care. Be safe out there.